Once upon a time, in a land far, far away,
there was a goddess.
Her name was Demetre, the goddess of harvest. Without her tending to the land, the flowers would not grow.
Demeter had a beautiful daughter, Persephone.
A show just for me?
Yes.
Thank you, Mother.
Now, every day, Demeter and her daughter Persephone would go all across the land, scattering seeds. And wherever they wandered, flowers would spring up behind them. Bluebell, daisy, sunflower. Ah, the rose.
Thank you. And above them all
shone the god of the sun, Helios. Now, in this land there was no autumn or winter, death or decay, only spring, summer, birth and harvest.
One sunny day, Persephone went to play with her friends in the fields. You're the
on the horizon,
a black cloud of it got closer.
And closer. And closer.
And it was moving.
Faster.
And faster.
Faster.
And faster. And faster. And faster. And faster.
Everybody was so scared. Persephone's friend ran away and left her all alone.
Persephone strained her eyes and she saw 4 black horses and a chariot appearing from the clouds. She was so afraid she couldn't move. She was rooted to the spot.
It was Hades, god of the underworld. He was so pale and terrible to look at, and he wanted a wife. He wanted Persephone's warmth and beauty. Hey! And then Hades grabbed Persephone and threw her into his chariot and stole her away.
And they ran as fast as they could because they knew that Demeter might see them.
They crossed fields and mountains until they came to a river which they couldn't cross because the current was too strong.
Then Hades took out his sword, smashed through it.
The earth split and closed around her. Persephone threw her scarf into the river and cried to the water nymph.
Please, take this to my mother and tell her what happened. And she took a last glimpse of the blue sky and the sun Helios.
The ground swallowed her into the earth's core.
And soon her screams of protest were lost in the darkness.
Back on Earth, Demeter started to search for her daughter.
Persephone! 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 Persephone!
Persephone!
你有看到我的女儿 Persephone 吗？你有看到我的女儿 Persephone 吗？
Demeter searched far and wide, moving from country to country, asking everyone she met. Day after day.
Month after month, Demeter searched.
But still no Persephone. The crops flattened,
The flowers withered.
and the fruit on the trees rotted. Soon, Demeter's golden beauty faded.
Her clothes turned red like autumn leaves.
But then Demeter remembered there was someone else she could ask. Helios, the god of the sun, who saw everything from up in the sky. Ah, Demeter, how lovely to see. Oh no, you do appear a little bit warm. You're sweating. Let me get a rag to get rid of that. We got the rag. Thank you. Just come here. There we go. Let's get rid of that. That's better. There we are. Oh, it's raining down there now. I don't know. Oh, Demeter, you okay?
Helios, I need your help.
Yes, well, I'll help if I can.
Persephone has been missing for many days. Can you see her from up here?
Let me have a look. There she is! Oh no, it's not her! Oh, my eyes are not what they used to be. Oh, but I do remember something. Yes, she was playing down on the fields and she was dancing around and having a lovely time. And this chariot came and stole her away and took her to the river. And the clouds got in my eyes and I couldn't see anymore. So she was down by the river. That's the last that I saw of her, and that's where I would go if I was you.
River, yes! I'll go there. Thank you, Helos.
Good luck.
So, Demetre rushed herself to the river as the god of the sun Helios taught her to.
But when Demeter got to the river, there was no sign of Persephone. She just sat down on the riverbank and thought of her daughter. But just then, just at that moment, something shone in the water. Something was very, very slowly making its way downstream. It was a shawl. Now, when Demeter saw this shawl, she got to her feet in excitement, for she recognized it. It was Persephone's shawl, and the shawl, it played with her. She could almost reach it, but she couldn't pull it out of the water, and she followed it for miles and miles and miles upstream, running as fast as she could.
And finally, she grabbed it.
When Demeter looked up from the shawl, she noticed that right behind her, there was a waterfall. And from within the waterfall, she heard a voice.
Demeter!
It was the water nymphs.
Demeter! We know where your daughter is. Just take a good look at the waterfall.
The image which Demeter saw was Persephone sitting on the throne beside Hades, the god of the underworld. In her right hand, a flaming torch. In her left hand, a pomegranate.
Demeter was overcome with grief. It appeared that her searching had been all in vain. No human, not even a god, had entered the underworld. Persephone was where not even her mother could find her. And so Demeter ended her search.
The goddess of harvest did not return to her tasks. She just shut herself in a cave and mourned for her daughter.
So, no rain fell from the sky, no grass grew from the earth. The cattle all began to die, and the people were starving.
Finally, the people cried to the god of the god, Zeus.
Zeus! We've got no food, Zeus! Demeter is killing us all with her sorrow, Zeus!
And she stopped the plants from growing.
Zeus, please speak to Demeter!
Demeter! Demeter! I can see what you are doing to my land. I know you are sad about your daughter, but you must continue with your tasks as the goddess of harvest.
But I cannot do that without her.
Well, in that case, I will grant you free passage to the underworld.
Thank you.
On one condition. If Persephone has eaten of the food of the dead, she must remain in the underworld forever.
So, Demeter began her long journey. It was a journey full of obstacles.
As Demeter entered into the earth, she got deeper and deeper.
And deeper.
Demeter felt that she was being watched from shadows.
And as she got deeper, it got darker.
And darker.
And darker.
Demeter wondered whether she would ever reach the palace of Hades,
And as she got deeper and it got darker, it got colder.
And colder.
And colder. Until she reached the gates of the underworld. And when she entered, she could see nothing inside. It was pitch black. Until she turned around, and there sitting on the throne was Hades, and next to him, Persephone.
Persephone was wintry. She was no longer the beauty of the spring.
Her face was expressionless, and her eyes were glazed over like ice.
Demeter, goddess of harvest, what brings you to these parts?
I come here to take my daughter away.
Demeter was shocked at how cold Persephone had become.
Persephone, do you wish to share something with your mother?
Said Hades as he bit into his pomegranate, which stained his mouth red like blood.
Is it true? Have you eaten the food of the dead?
Yes, Demeter. Persephone has eaten 6 seeds of the pomegranate.
I don't believe you, Hades. Persephone, is it true?
Yes, Mother. It's true. I'm sorry.
Persephone will remain with me in the underworld forever.
Demeter let out a curse. It devastated the world above more so than any fire, storm, or hurricane. It was permanent winter on Earth.
And then
Demeter!
a voice was heard.
Hades!
It was Zeus, the god of gods.
I have a question for each of you. Demeter,
Yes.
Persephone has eaten the fruit of the dead. How can you expect her to return to Earth with you?
But I cannot live without her.
Hades!
What?
You tricked Persephone into eating the pomegranate. Why should she pay for a crime that you committed?
Oh, come on, Persephone's eating the fruit of the dead!
What?
Sorry.
This is my decision. Persephone may return to Earth to be with Demeter. However, she has eaten 6 pomegranate seeds, and so after 6 months, she must return to the underworld to be with Hades for the remaining 6 months of the year. And so it was, from that time forward, that the 4 seasons were created. Once in every 6 months, Persephone would spring up from the underworld
Into the warmth of Helios, Demeter returned to her old tasks again. The sky was blue, the grass grew. It was spring. Hey, come on, come on! Quick, quick! Hey, I'm gonna jump
But once in every year, Persephone would leave her mother to return to Hades. Demeter would grieve once more. It was winter.
And so, in her sad and cold winter, Demeter will wait with hope. For as we all know, after winter